Is a top 75 interview question for Python. Guess number, higher or lower, in which we're doing a binary search. Binary search is the most used search method, and it's pretty simple. Basically, if you're looking through a number and the number is 6 and you guess the midpoint 5, if this returns that the number is too low, you don't have to search any of these numbers, right? And then you do it again. So now we're going to search for 8 and it'd be too high. So we don't have to search for these numbers, and it's going to find the solution really fast. So in order to solve this problem, the low is always going to be 1. The high is going to be the nth number right here. And then we're going to do while low is greater or less than high. So while this is running, the midpoint is going to be, don't forget the parentheses, the low plus high slash 2. And this is going to divide it by 2, but it's going to return it as an int. This would be float. This is int. And now we're going to run it through this API call. So it'd be guess num. So we're going to, this is right here, except num is the midpoint that we're going to guess. And I'm going to name this API. So if the API is equal to -1, that essentially means that the number is too high. So that means that the new point, the new high, is going to equal to the midpoint, except we don't have to even check the midpoint because we've already checked the midpoint, so it'd be -1. That part's a little confusing. I'll explain it again at the end. So if API is equal to 1, that means the number is too low. So we need a higher number. So the low is equal to the midpoint plus 1. And if the midpoint is exact, we found the number, and we're going to return the midpoint. And let's run this code, and this should solve. And we beat with a 92 percentile. And the reason why you have to do +1 is because if it's exactly the midpoint, we found it. So